It has been great to see what the Cleveland Guardians have done so far in the 2022 season, and just ask them. They are not done. Looking at the postseason for sure. Triston McKenzie joining me now here on High Heat. And Triston, first of all, it's a pleasure to talk with you. I've enjoyed watching you pitch all season long. Before we get into the on-field stuff, what does it mean to you on this Roberto Clemente Day to be the Guardians nominee for that award?
First, I would like to say thank you. It's a huge honor. One, to be recognized, and two, to be mentioned in the same sentence as Roberto Clemente, and for what he meant to the game, not only on the field, but what he meant to people off the field in terms of just his endeavors, trying to give back to his community.
Triston, you're 25 years old. You just turned 25 in August, and Roberto, unfortunately, has been gone for 50 years. How did you learn about him, and at what point did you realize the importance that he's had on the game?
I think as somebody who was never alive to see him play or to actually witness his greatness, I think the best you can do is talk to people and get stories and just listen to how they talk about him. One of our coaches, Victor, I talk to him pretty regularly. He says Roberto was his favorite player, and I just asked him about how he was as a player, and he goes, dude, this guy's a stud. And what you hear about Roberto isn't necessarily everything he was doing on the field. It was everything he was doing off the field, how he passed away, giving relief aid. All the stuff he was doing off the field, and I think it's just a testament to who he was as a person, not just a player.
Yeah, well, congratulations again on the nomination, and you guys, yourself included, Triston, a young team. You actually are the youngest team in the majors, averaging about 26 years old. Your manager, Terry Francona, has been managing for 22 years. How does that dynamic work? Because it seems to be working great.
I think there's a lot of trust, and I think there's a lot of respect in that dynamic. I think Tito trusts us to go out there and play the game the right way and to play a Guardians brand of baseball that we know is going to be successful day in and day out, even though it may not be consistent in the scoreboard. We know that from the start of the season to now we're going to be consistent, and I think it's respect for who he is as a manager and just what he brings to this team. Just as a leadership figure, we have the utmost respect for Tito, and we play hard for them.
You just pitched against the Minnesota Twins. You had a very good outing. You will face them again, Triston, on Friday. Tell me how the challenges of facing a team that closely together and perhaps some of the benefits of that.
I think it goes both ways. I think when it comes to facing a team like that, you definitely get more comfortable with the hitters. You understand what they're trying to do off you, and from an attack plan standpoint, I think it works really well because you're able to practice it over and over. But vice versa, I think those guys get to see you a lot, and these are very, very good hitters. So it's all about managing that lineup and trying to be able to sort through it that second and third time through, especially when they've seen you multiple times through the year.
6'5", 165, throws heat on the mound. Tell me about growing up, born in Brooklyn, New York. At what point did you realize you had a shot with your frame, your physique, to be successful at the highest level?
Honestly, I'd probably say once I initially got drafted. I was always a good baseball player, and I always knew that pitching was something I wanted to do. But just kind of realizing once I stayed healthy, I could compete with the best of them. It just gave me the drive to make it to the big leagues.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. 6-5 record, 2.12 earned run average. I have to ask you about your backstop, Austin Hedges. We learned the other day that he actually worked with the video people to put his voice in PitchCom. Please tell me about this and what it is like to actually hear Austin Hedges' voice, even if he's not behind the plate, to hear his voice in your ear, like, come on, man, throw a curveball, throw a fastball, throw strikes. What is that like?
I mean, I will say, I think you can probably hear from anybody in our clubhouse. Austin's one of the louder guys in our clubhouse from just a vocal standpoint. So hearing his voice all the time is not the worst. But I think it just goes to show how much time and how much effort he puts into not only this team but his pitching staff, and how much he goes into just trying to make us feel comfortable on the mound. Any advantage we can have to make us be a little bit more comfortable when fans are yelling, and instead of hearing a robotic voice, we're hearing our catcher's voice, so we can kind of settle in a little bit more. I love it.
I heard that Shane Bieber isn't necessarily the biggest fan of it, but you will take it, Triston McKenzie. You guys have a 4-game lead as you start the day in the division. Congratulations again on the nomination for the Roberto Clemente Award, and we look forward to continuing to watch you guys this year.
Thank you, Alana.